My name's Stux. I'm a professional Overwatch coach, and I have a few tips up my sleeve that might help you aim. Don't miss out on any future videos by headshotting that subscribe button and join the Discord to ask questions. Pixel skipping is one of the biggest urban myths in Overwatch, and used as a scapegoat by way too many players. I can't wait for the day on which this myth will finally die down. The common misconception of pixel skipping is that if your DPI is too low, your mouse is going to allegedly be less precise, causing you to skip pixels, making your aim less precise. This is flat out wrong, and I would like to explain what pixel skipping actually is and why most players don't have to worry about it at all. Pixels aren't even the issue. You need to keep in mind that pixel size depends on your display. If you have a very low resolution display, then a pixel is going to have a different size compared to a 4K display. What we are really talking about are turns and degrees, and every game has a 360-degree motion requirement for full turns. It doesn't matter what display you have, your turns are always going to be 360 degrees. So the turns in a 3D game are really represented by angles, which makes angle skipping a much more accurate term. You cannot equate pixels to angles. Again, that would mean that changing your resolution could fix skips, which simply isn't true. You could change your resolution, but your aim wouldn't really be affected. Overwatch moves you 0.0066 degrees per count. Your DPI determines the amount of counts that are being registered by your mouse per inch of real mouse movement. Your in-game sensitivity is simply a multiplier to that. So if you are running at an in-game sensitivity of 2, you would turn 0.013 degrees, twice that of the regular degree per count, approximately. Keep in mind that we are talking about hundreds of a degree here. That is incredibly low. So if your in-game sensitivity is very high, that is going to make those counts coarser, and thus your aim a lot more stuttery. If you play at 100 sensitivity, in-game you would turn 0.66 degrees per count, which is still ridiculously low, but some people would start noticing it. Now, the problem is that most mice also treat certain DPIs as multipliers. Most mice can only natively support DPIs up to like 3200, although more advanced sensors like the Pixart 3360 and its variants can achieve native DPIs between 50 to 12,000. And cheaper mice achieve higher ones simply by multiplying the counts. This in combination with a very high in-game sensitivity causes angle skipping, where the degrees your turn per count are so high that certain turns in-game are just impossible. It would mean that the smallest movement your mouse would register would turn you multiple degrees in-game. And that is problematic, because what happens if your target is between both of those? You wouldn't be able to aim at him unless you would move your character, which obviously doesn't make any sense. So that's why you want to ideally use the highest native DPI of your mouse while making your in-game sense as low as possible, ideally at 1. This is the theoretical smoothest way to aim. Keep in mind, however, that for some people this would leave them with a DPI that is just uncomfortable to use outside of the game when browsing the web, for example. So all in all, the differences are usually negligible. And unless you use ridiculously high sensitivities or extremely high or low DPI, you should be fine, and your movements in-game should be relatively accurate. So make sure that your sense is within a reasonable 2000 to 10,000 eDPI range, and eDPI is your in-game sensitivity multiplied by your mouse's DPI. And your in-game sense stays within the single digits, and you should be good. That's it for today's video. Make sure to subscribe so you can see the other parts of Aim Secrets and join the Discord community to become a part of something bigger. My name is Stux, and I'd like to thank you for learning.